What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. Man, I have been doing a lot of traveling lately. Things have gotten super crazy and I'm just so happy to be back at the ranch and to actually be back on knocking out ranch projects. The last things we were doing here is we were working on getting the guest house ready for its next tenants. In the timeline that has passed, let's see, we got the walls all grouted. We poured our concrete curb over here. We poured our concrete area for a fire pit, which is going to be right here, just, you know, a little propane fire pit or something like that. And then we got all of our concrete poured going down the side of the house there for additional parking, slash trailer parking, whatever, you know, we come up with over here. So we still have a laundry list of things to do, and one of which being laundry. We've got a washer dryer out here, which needs to go inside the garage, and the garage just isn't really ready for it. So that'll be happening in this video, maybe, question mark there. We've got to get this whole area cleaned out. Really, we need to clean out the whole garage, and I would like to drywall this entire thing. We have plenty of drywall to do it, so that's probably what's going to end up happening. Plus, I need to make my garage door opening, which is going to go right there. There's already a big opening for a barn door, so we're just basically going to pull that header out, extend it just a little bit further, and then frame in our garage door, which then means we have to move Barbecue, our pig, who is right on the other side of where that garage door is. So she's gonna be getting moved up probably to one of the animal pens up there. So the guys right now are cleaning up, especially behind the wall, because we're going to be waterproofing all of the block walls that you see behind me. Anywhere that there's gonna be dirt up against it is gonna need to get waterproofed. Only reason being is we're gonna stucco the front. So if water passes through from the backside because the dirt's pressed up against it and there's no waterproofing, it's gonna get behind the stucco and it's gonna cause the stucco to start flaking or chipping off, and that's no bueno. You don't wanna put all that time and work into it and your stucco just chips and flakes off. Inside wise though, I'm happy to see this place was pretty well taken care of. I put a lot of hard work and love into this place. Really, just a little bit of paint touch up. There were some broken blinds in there, got those replaced already. Those are the old ones in that box, and then the shower head was broken, so that was replaced as well, and then Chava's gonna take the old one because Chava loves stuff like that. Now outside, in the last video, I got this fence built, and the other day, I painted most of it, ran out of paint, so bought a couple more gallons. I should have bought 5 gallons at this point because I'm 4 gallons in. I might actually be 5 gallons in. I don't know, but holy crap, paint has gotten expensive. So using my Harbor Freight Avanti airless sprayer, this thing is freaking red and has made very light, easy work of this. I still have to paint the other side of this fence. No paint over here. Paint over here. And as this beat rolling it on. If you guys don't have an airless sprayer, it's one of those things I held off on buying for so long because they are so expensive. The Avanti, albeit it's not super cheap in terms of cost, it's more affordable than like a Graco, and all the Graco accessories and stuff work for it. Work for it, shout out, workforapparel.com. But this thing is super rad, so if you're looking for an affordable way to get into an airless sprayer, check out Harbor Freight. Oh, Chava found a scorpion. ¿No comer?
No.
¿Por qué?
No, bueno.
Sí, muerto. Come on, Chava. ¿Está muerto?
Sí.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I cannot find my GoPro head mount, so been doing some stuff without filming it today, unfortunately, but me and Chava brought this side up, so now we've got a good gap underneath there. The goats aren't gonna get under it, and then we'll spread this gravel back on, as well as bring in a little bit additional gravel. Let's go check on Jefe. Jefe is currently waterproofing. This is the stuff that we like to use, BG 2000 multi-coat products, water-based impermeabilizante. You can see it just rolls on a little bit, goes a very long ways. It's about 200 bucks for a bucket right there, which honestly is not that bad considering a 5-gallon bucket of paint nowadays is over 200 bucks. So we've kind of snapped a line where we think the dirt's gonna go. We can always add more if we want to bring the dirt up higher, but I know we're not gonna get to that level right there. I don't have enough dirt to bring it up to that level, nor do I really want to. This berm up here does a really good job of stopping the water once we rebuilt this section right here. If you guys remember back when we almost flooded out the guest house because this berm gave way. This wall wasn't here and all the water just flooded down to the guest house. So that issue is alleviated. So we'll push the dirt up against this thing, kind of get an idea of what we think of where we like it, and if we want to bring it up, we'll just add some more. And then on this side, we're going to kind of slope down, obviously following this slope because we're so high right here. And then we're going to keep the dirt about 3 block high all the way down. Again, I don't want it too tall. I don't want the animals to really be able to reach over that well. But at the same time, I want to kind of feather this area out and make it somewhat level. With today being so hot, this stuff dries super quick, and honestly, I'd be comfortable backfilling it today. It's not super critical that this thing's like 110% watertight. It's not like this is a basement or anything like that. It's just to protect the stucco on the other side. This side of the fence turned out freaking awesome. I'm gonna run to town, grab the gate, and then we can officially close this entire area off from the animals. Maybe do a little bit of planting. And we are back, guys. Stopped by the old Tractor Supply yesterday and picked up this here beautiful forest green gate. Obviously, we're not gonna leave this forest green. It's kind of an odd color here. So I got some of our favorite roll bar and chassis paint. We're gonna give this a coat of black paint. But this here is a Bell & Country. It's a simple gate. The reason I liked it is because it has the mesh here to keep the animals out. I could have built my own wooden gate, but from my experience, I've seen so many wooden gates fail, and then you're rebuilding the thing, whereas like this is gonna last for quite a long time. And I don't think it'll look too goofy or too out of place. And if it does, I could actually put some boards on this and kind of make it blend in with the fence. Now, I'm not sure if I want to keep it at the full, I believe this is 50 inches here, or if I want to cut it right there. And they actually include these plastic caps, so I can cut it pretty easily and cap where I cut. I did bring the bandsaw just in case, but let's set it in place and kind of visually look at it and see what I like. Oh, and I bought some plants because I'm so freaking excited to finally have a spot at the house, well, either house, that I can actually landscape and the animals won't be able to get to once this gate is in place. So these are going to go in these planters. And I know the bird of paradise, they will grow pretty quick and pretty crazy, but I think I can keep them cut down and maintained. I don't know what the heck these guys are, Cordyline australis, but these things actually grow pretty cool. They grow tall, and then like you can basically like peel these off as it grows, and you have a nice stem with like a cool like firework looking thing at the top. I feel like we need a little bit of height right here. And then because who doesn't like to get the crap poked out of them every time they're trying to trim it, we got a pygmy date palm. This might be a little much now that I see how small these planters are. But before we put these in, we got to get the sprinkler system in, which is what Heve and Abel are working on right now. So everything's got entrenched. So we're gonna be again running sprinklers in here, which is gonna water the turf to kind of rinse it when it gets all dusty and gross. Separate sprinkler valve is going to be for all these planters all the way around, and then we'll do a separate one for this little planter right here. That way we can really dial down the pressure, because it's just going to be such a slow little drip system. We got the guys over here cleaning out the back garage, because we are going to be framing out that garage door, and it was just too hard to get into with all the stuff in the way. So right here is going to be a 9-foot garage door, and again you can already see from that header, like it's probably about a 7-8 foot opening right now. That they used for the big sliding barn door. So we're basically gonna extend that header for a 9-foot opening so we can have a roll-up garage door in here. And we're gonna end up drywalling this entire place, because if you don't and you leave it open, you get all kinds of nasty spider webs and all kinds of crap. So I just wanna seal this place up, make it really nice, because again, also over there is where we plumbed in for all the laundry, so it's gonna be washer dryer right there. Which we also need to cut in our vent line, so we'll probably end up doing that today. And we got a lot of stuff that we just took out. This area was looking real nice. Now it looks like a junkyard. These gates are super rudimentary. Basically, the way the hinge works is you've got this basically almost lag bolt style hinge. So you're gonna drill a hole out there. I'm gonna hope that 1/2 inch is big enough. I don't wanna go too big and then it's too blown out. And then you sit there and spin this bad boy all the way in, and then the gate just hangs on that, and there's your hinge. So let's see if the old 12 volt here is up for the challenge. I've done some calculations, so obviously I want the top of this gate to match the top of the fence, but you have to account for this. So I have the first generation Milwaukee 12 volt platform with the impact and the, well actually I don't even have the 12 volt drill. But I've heard that the newer generations are better than the first generations of the 18 volt impact. So if you guys are looking for something light to carry around, you're not doing anything too heavy, the 12 volt platform is actually really freaking strong. I mean, you guys see I run around here with my 12 volt circ saw all the time because it's just so small. I can throw it in my toolbox and always have it on me, versus a big old 18 volt circ saw, which has its place as well. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Now I couldn't find my set of like box wrenches, so found this little booger, and well, she was working, but now she just bends. So had to quickly improvise. That's where the hitch comes into play here. Just fits right on like that. And now we got some good leverage there. Crank this bad boy in. Oh yeah, should have done this from the beginning. And just like that, guys, we have a fully functioning gate. Just close it in place there. I am gonna put a 2x4 or something right here as a stop. So basically the way these gates work, this is called a 12-foot gate. It's meant to go in a 12-foot opening. It's 4 inches shorter than 12 feet. That way they account for your hinges over there, and they claim for a latch. However, this is the latch that they send with it here. You get a piece of chain and a little clip. I'm not gonna motorize it at this point. Maybe eventually I will, but even the price of those freaking gate motors, the solar ones, have gone up like crazy. So now that we've got this figured out, looks like we're a little low over here, a little lower than I would like to be. But keep in mind, like, gates are gonna sag. So typically I like to put my bottom hinge a little further out. So you're almost, that way you're kind of counteracting the weight of what the gate wants to do. I know this post is not moving because this thing is embedded in concrete, plus it's locked into that corner. So the post itself is super, super solid. So I'm gonna back that bottom hinge out a little bit, and it's gonna kind of do one of those, and then hopefully that'll account for the span of the gate wanting to sag that way. Now, after looking at the fence for a little bit, I didn't totally calculate in the fact that this has a center post. So if I cut this, you'll have like a weird nub as opposed to like a nice finished top rail. So I think I'm going to leave it tall. I don't know, I feel like that might look a little bit goofy. Good news is if I don't cut it and then I don't like it, I can always cut it. If I cut it and I don't like it, we're kind of screwed. Next up on the agenda, we've got to grade out the back section of this wall and then backfill the other side. So I've gone ahead and pre-soaked everything and mixed a little bit of the dirt there. Since everybody else is kind of busy, I'm not gonna have a guy on the hose. Good thing is we're not really bringing it up much, but we'll try to knock this out solo. Still sounds a little rough.
Well, that's a couple months ago.
What'd you do?
Thing for the fuel injectors, filter, you pull that thing out, turn the key on those big gas bags.
The Papa Ryno thinks he got the mini truck running better, and then he took off somewhere, and I have not seen him in an hour. I don't know where he went in that thing. Hopefully it didn't die on him somewhere out on the property, but I don't see him. But in the meantime, we've got this entire side graded out. Sorry for the goose. So if you're quiet, he relaxes. But then if you start talking, he gets mad and then he's gonna start yelling at you. So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this side. Obviously you can see it's just kind of a sharp cut right there. I want to keep this berm because all the water from the property kind of runs here and then splits and it goes around the guest house that way. And then it kind of follows this little berm out that way. So got to keep this berm, and then we're going to, once I decide what we're going to do up in here, that's going to determine how I'll grade this. But everything is looking good. We are nice and backfilled up against the wall. This side as well. We need to bring it up a little bit higher. Just didn't have enough dirt over here. I might have got a little overzealous on where we put the waterproofing there. I think what we're just gonna end up doing is ramping it up to it a little bit. That way if any water does kind of run down in here, there's like a little swell and probably come out to probably about here. So we'll ramp to there, to about there, and then that'll create a nice swell to keep the water away from the wall and get it on out of here. Up front here, the guys went ahead and got my plants in the ground and just this little bit of like landscaping. I know it's not a lot. I've just been chomping at the bit to landscape something out here, but just this little bit just dressed this front up so much more. Don't mind the dirty turf, we gotta clean that off. But looking really good. We've got our irrigation run over here. I'm gonna run just the little micro sprinklers in here. I don't want a bunch of water spraying up against the house or spraying on the concrete. Well, we have found Papa Ryno. He just came from somewhere. He was down the road. I don't know where the heck he went, but apparently he left the property. It's running good?
Well, uh-oh. Like it used to. We had your guy.
Oh, you got it welded?
But he sprayed some stuff. Oh, that's what you're seeing, smoke.
All right, let's see what we're working with here. Oh, jeez. That made she fires up easier. Sounds like she's running okay. Okay, she don't feel bad. She don't feel bad. That's a heck of a lot better than we've been fighting her lately. Yeah. Like, if it runs like this, I can live with it. Hopefully whatever Papa Ryno did, plus he went to the neighbor's house and got the exhaust welded, so that's cool. Chava did an absolute killer job getting this garage cleaned out. I mean, there was just so many spider webs, wasps' nests, a couple of rats' nests up in here, and he freaking got this place dang near spotless. I mean, I still wouldn't eat off of it, but it is looking freaking awesome. So I'm putting together my list right now of the lumber that we're gonna need to get this garage door opening framed up. And then we'll just have to cut this little stem wall out about wherever we're gonna end up with the opening. We'll slice it there. We'll pour concrete in here at the floor level. If we were ready to pour like a little driveway out here, I would just do that all in one, but that's not gonna be for a while. Concrete is super, super expensive, so I'm just gonna patch that piece in right there. That way we don't have any more critters getting up in here. I don't anticipate I'm gonna buy the garage door right away, because again, super, super expensive. And you know, I gotta kind of be budget minded on this thing. I've just dropped a ton of money on the guest house and really haven't done anything on the main house there. I think I'm gonna get it all framed out, get everything in here, drywalled, and then we'll probably just plywood up the opening for now. Now I'm contemplating going back to shorter videos, or at least, you know, depending on what the video is gonna be, making some shorter videos, just doing them more frequently throughout the week. Let me know what you guys think. I know some of you love the long videos, some of you short videos like all your attention span has. So what do you guys prefer? One longer video twice a week, or if I start throwing in a couple of shorter videos? Either way, we got a lot of work to do over here on the guest house. And with that, we're gonna wrap up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that you don't miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah.